All right, guys. Injury from the game, just Michael with a knee. That's all we got right now. Go ahead.
The initial diagnosis there?
We're worried it's ACL, but you never know until tomorrow.
Did you tell what happened?
I didn't see it.
How do you assess Mac's performance today, and what does he just continue to show you week after week?
I thought Mac did a hell of a job. Extremely efficient what he was doing, going against a real tough pass rush. Probably only one negative play in the game, just the fumble there at the end of the second quarter. Hell of a play by, I think it was Brian Burns who did it. But Mac played really well, took care of the ball, got the ball to the right guys, and made a couple plays with his legs too.
How do you feel like Spencer Burford did over there at left guard?
It seemed like he did real well. Excited to watch him there on the plane, but only one came up, I thought. That wasn't all his fault. Just with the full slide there on one of the sacks, but felt like he did well in the run and pass game. I was excited to get him back.
What do you think of Brian Robinson Jr.?
I thought he played real well too. Ran the ball really well. Completely flipped me. I went from being extremely angry with him for not taking a touchback to eating my own words and saying hell of a job. Getting past that, I don't know where he got to, but he got close to the 50, I believe. So it was a hell of a return and played real well today.
Kyle, what's it like as a play caller when you can finish a 9-play drive with 8 straight runs?
It's very fun. It's awesome. It's so tempting the whole time. You're like, man, can you do it again and get away with it? Maybe we should do a play action or something off of it. No, screw it. We'll just keep running it. And the guys came through, and that's one of the most enjoyable drives that you can go on when it's all run plays.
Kyle, Tatum had a 16 total tackles today. What have you seen from him? He's just flying around the field.
I mean, he knows how to play the position. He's got a good real knack for playing football in terms of in the box and making tackles. I think he's getting better and better in the pass game. Had some big hits today. I know he got that one penalty, but from what I saw, I disagreed with it. So we'll see when we see the tape. But I can't say enough good things about Tatum today.
After that opening drive, after that touchdown drive they had, it seemed like the defense, when they came back on that second and third series, they were swarming the ball and hitting. Was there, I guess, a message got across?
I mean, it's not like we had some big pump-up thing that we need to start hitting, but it definitely felt it more after that first drive. You know, the first drive was a very rough one. And then, I thought it was such a big play Jordan Watkins made. I think it was like 2nd and 20. We don't make that completion there. The odds are you're not getting it on 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 15, whatever it was. So that was a huge down. And also, we were going to punt. I thought it was 4th and 2, but it moved up a little bit, half a yard. It was huge again, that sneak on the 4th down and answer. And then after that, the D was real impressive all game.
Given how much of the underneath stuff they were throwing today, how much was the point of emphasis was tackling this weekend? What did you think of how you guys did that?
I thought we did better, definitely. We definitely did better. Still looked like we missed some tackles out there. Got a little loose, especially there at the end, giving up some big plays. Wish we didn't let them get in the end zone there at the end. But I was real happy with the defense overall.
At 6 and 3 instead of 5 and 4, and does it change your approach at the trade deadline as far as adding?
Yeah, I think it's been the exact same, regardless of a record. We've been looking at the same all year, so nothing changes based off today.
Contributions from Keon White and Clelin Ferrell?
It seemed like they did real well. I mean, I know that big play that I saw, the one that Clee made, looked like that ball was, I don't know if it came out, but it was about to come out. But I mean, I thought our pass rush was great, chasing around Jackson all day. It's such a big challenge. The guy's going to be a hell of a player. But I thought we swarmed him very well, and can't say enough good things about the D-line.
I know his rehab is the most important thing to Fred right now, but do you know how much time he's spending with Tatum every week in prepping?
No, but probably not much. He's rehabbing, and Tatum's real busy doing what we have to do.
Was George supposed to get the jet sweep on that?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Pretty bad call, though.
What was your message to the team? You guys are 6 and 3, but this division's so tough. So.
No message. Just talked about the game, told everyone how proud I was. I thought all 3 phases had a huge part in that game today. Gave them their first victory Monday of the year, so I know they were excited about that. And we'll see them Wednesday and get back to work.
How close was Brock to being active or available today, and what do you for next week?
We'll reassess it the same way we did this week. Wasn't that close to doing it. I considered it throughout the week, but I just want to make sure he gets 100% better and don't put him out there too early. Thought about it as a possible backup or emergency, but I think the more time we give him, the better.
Does that uncertainty every week where you guys say maybe he'll play, maybe he won't, do you see that affect Mac's preparation at all?
No, nothing changes Mac in that way, and it's we're trying to ease Brock out there in the practice stuff, but I mean, anytime you're dealing with his turf toe, it's something that probably won't fully go away all year. Regardless of when he comes back, he's going to always have to deal with it a little bit. And especially the people you talk to have gone through turf toe, so it's really about just assessing when's the best time to come back that you have to deal with it the least, and it's a little bit of a tricky decision.
Is there a possibility that he'll need surgery after the season?
Not that I've been told.
Michael, did you get a chance to talk to him afterwards?
Yeah, just real quickly. He's just down, and you never know. So I said, hey, hopefully it's not the worst, but if it is, hey, it sucks for this year, but that's all it sucks for. You'll be back next year, and this won't affect you at all.
For just 10 rushing attempts last week, what impressed you the most about the running game getting going today?
I thought collectively as a team we were able to stick with it. I think last week just the amount of runs was indicative that we had the least amount of plays I think in like 40 years. So I think that affected a lot of stuff. But I thought getting the run game going today, wearing them down, and the way you get those numbers called is how you finish games. To be able to go wear them down, get a 2-score lead, be able to stay on the field, have a 10-play drive, or I think 9 other plays were run plays, something like that. So it was a huge team deal getting those run calls, and it feels very similar to Atlanta in that way.
How would you describe the shot in the arm that Mac has given you guys in the last month or so?
What's that? Sorry.
How would you describe the shot in the arm that Mac has given you guys? How much confidence he's given the team?
I just know how much confidence guys have in Brock. And then when Brock goes down, when you lose your starting quarterback, it's always tough on a team. But the way Max stepped in there, going back to New Orleans, and how he was that first game, to how he's been in practice, how he was in the offseason, Mac's been great.
Christian got more than 30 touches again, another big game for him. I think he leads the league in that category. Is it a credit to his something that he changed in terms of his practice regimen? You mentioned kind of trying to ease him in week to week this season after maybe he wouldn't hold himself back as much in the previous season. How has that maybe helped?
I think Christian's always been pretty durable. I think last year he had something that bothered him in the offseason that never fully went away. And when it finally did get better, he tore his knee on a random run versus Buffalo. So if you ask Christian, and I agree, Christian's always been a very durable player, but when you get bad injuries on stuff, then that affects guys and you miss the year. So Christian's the most conditioned, prepared athlete I've ever been around. He's such a big factor in blocking, running, passing. He's one of the best players I've ever been around. So I'd like to say he figured something out, but the guy goes as hard as he can every offseason, so there's not much more to figure out.
Started off 14-14. Did you feel that it was hot in the first part of the game, or how did it feel out there?
Felt good. I definitely feel like we started better as an offense. That's been the complaint for the past couple weeks, so definitely want to do that as best we can and then continue those drives too, and we really left some out there, so just got to get better.
How important was the catch Jordan made there early to kind of get you guys going?
It was great. Yeah, it was a hurry-up play, and as a rookie, you just have to get that communicated, to you. And I don't know, it's hard. It's tough stuff, and they were scrambling on defense, and then he just made a competitive catch, and we've worked on that. I've had some reps with him in OTAs and stuff, and we've had some of those contested catches, but really good job, strong hands, and he came up with it.
Virtually every week we hear that maybe Brock will play, maybe he won't. It's very up in the air. How does that affect your preparation?
It doesn't really affect my preparation, to be honest. I've been fortunate to play both roles, starter and backup in this league, so I understand what I need to do to get ready to play, and really it's about my health and my body and just trying to get back to 100% for myself. So I know Brock's working hard, and he's done a great job every week helping me get ready, and that's all you can ask from your quarterback.
Robinson Jr. had a good game. What does he add to the offense?
Oh, he's the man. I know he's been kind of itching to get a chance, and we've talked about it. Nothing bad, but just I'm like, stay ready, dude. It's coming. Christian's just done a great job, and I was like, your day's coming. I said that last week and this week, so he's done a good job, just taking it day by day and attacking the line of scrimmage, knowing what to do. He's just more comfortable and looks like how he did in college, to be honest.
Did you know at halftime you were 14 of 14?
No. Am I supposed to?
I don't know. Did you feel like, okay, I haven't had an incompletion yet, or?
No, I never really think about it like that, to be honest. Just because it's more about are my eyes in the right spot, but that is cool. And honestly, right before half, we had a touchdown, and I just took too long and didn't step up on that fumble or whatever it was. So we really were going to score there. So I was pissed about that, but just trying to keep moving the offense down the field however we can do it. And what a great job by the offensive line with the running game and limited sacks.
Mac, you had a passer rating of like 135. Is this the most like confident you've felt since you've been in the league?
I'm pretty confident in myself. I think I've had my, I'm not going to say issues, but I've had my up and downs with that, and I really just stoned it down to just believing in myself and believing in Kyle and the system here, and the guys just let me be myself, which is kind of different than what I've had in the past. So I appreciate that, and it takes, I say all 33, all 11 on offense, defense, and special teams. So really just thought we had a good team win. As always, we'll watch the tape and get better, but definitely feel comfortable, and I'm not going to lose confidence in myself.
Was it your idea to get to Adrian his first snap at the end of the game?
Yeah, Kyle already took his headset off, and I'm like, go on, Adrian. So I just subbed myself out, snuck to the sideline. But I was happy. I think Adrian was going to go in either way, and they wanted him to get in there. But when they scored, you just got to get the first down with offense. So once we were taking a knee, I definitely wanted Adrian to be there, and he's just been awesome, to be honest. He's a good friend of mine. Just gotten to know him. He's been a great voice in that room, along with Brock and Rourke as well. So we got a great room.
What's the feeling around the team now that you've hit a little past the halfway point at 6-3?
Yeah, this is a big one for us, and we talked about it yesterday after practice. Just talking to the team, like this is a big one. Having played, 5 years in the NFL now, and you really have to look at this game as like a playoff game almost. And I feel like we answered the bell there. Like I said, all 1 of 33. That's what we talk about, and everyone's got to be on the same page. So we definitely answered the bell, but the challenge is don't be complacent, and we got to do it again next week. So that's the goal.
So Kyle Williams go down with about 4 minutes to go. Is it just one of those things where you can't just every freaking game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the severity of it was, but I was definitely pissed. I was sitting there just getting ready to go back in, and I didn't know who it was, and I was like, oh, Kyle, hope he's okay. So just prayed for him, and I know he's, up walking around and stuff, so hopefully he's doing better, but I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him.
Anything about this turf, Mac, that's concerning?
I played on it a few times, and I just adjust my cleats if I feel like it's an issue. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's a football field, and we'll play wherever we have to play, in the parking lot or on the field.
It says you have the mentality of a tight end. Do you feel like you've been able to be yourself here more than you've been allowed to in other organizations?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really do feel that. It's not a knock on anybody. I feel like this is a great organization that it's a lot of laid-back people, and that's more my personality, and just lets me be me. And all the guys every day, they're the same guys every day, whether we're down in a game like last week or up in a game like this week. There's the same mentality, and I really appreciate everybody from coaches to everybody. But like I said, got to keep going. It's one good week, and trying to do it again next week.
I guess, Christian, the start of the game, you guys opened with 2 touchdowns, and just, what did that kind of set the tone for you guys?
It was good. I think coming out strong is always important to us, but I think when you look at the duration of a football game, it's just important to keep emphasizing with our team just to stay emotionally sharp throughout the whole game, mentally sharp throughout the whole game, so that, you can score 7 points early and then might not get another op till the fourth quarter. So it's all about just taking it one play at a time.
Christian, what was it like to get Brian Robinson more involved today?
It was awesome, man. He runs so hard, and it feels like this whole season it's just been, you could tell he's itching and might not be the way he wants it to be right now. But to have him is huge for me. It means a lot to me. He pushes me, and the way he runs, if we can continue to kind of get that flow of the game in there, man, I'm really excited. And you couldn't ask for a guy to have a better attitude, to come into work every day and to have that mindset and to keep pushing. So really pumped he's in our room, and I think, it's only going to get better.
Last week you guys struggled to stay on the field early in the game. The catch Watkins makes early in the game, the contested one, how much did that kind of give you guys a spark in terms of not just keeping you on the field, but getting you going?
That was huge. That was huge. I think that might have been look, I kind of black out during games. I don't remember a whole lot, but I think when you look at the tape, that might be one of the plays of the game for sure. I know it's early and a lot happened after that, but that was huge.
Mac didn't have an incompletion in the first half. Were you aware of just how hot he was?
That's awesome. I did not know that. No, that's awesome though.
Did you sense something different from him?
No, Max. He's like that every day. He's cool, calm, and collected, but competitive and fiery, and he's a great operator in the huddle. He sees it really well, and obviously can make any throw. So, we love the confidence that he plays with.
How did feel in the fourth quarter on that run down the right sideline. You got a little stutter step and just kind of were in the open space.
It was good. Yeah, it felt good. I mean, anytime you that was actually an unbelievable play by Mac, because that play wasn't initially supposed to have that happen. I think they just dropped me and forgot to cover me, and I wasn't supposed to run a longer route, but I just turned, and when I turned, the ball was in the air. So that was a huge play by him, and just after that, it's a lot of green grass.
What's the feeling around the team 6-3 now that you've hit a little past the halfway point?
It's a great feeling. I think we worked really hard this week, and we had a good week of preparation and came out and wasn't perfect, and we'll correct those mistakes. But I think this team's pretty urgent right now. I think it's been good to come back from losses with big wins, but I think with this team, it's important that we take a win like this, learn from it, get better, but just continue the momentum into this next week.
The opening drive, the catch Jordan Watkins makes to kind of keep the drive going.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, how important was that to kind of spark you guys?
Well, was that on third down? Well, keeps us on the field, rips it away from a guy, and a way to bounce back from, he had a drop last week. And I told him, I was like, look, there's got to be more opportunities. Just go make a play. And that was his first play of the day. And I really love when young guys step up and their number is called and they make a play, because all it does is just give them confidence to go into the next week. And so I just expect to see Jordan continue making plays for us.
There were maybe 8 different guys who caught a pass from Mac today.
That's good.
Does that balance, I guess, help with what you guys want to get done?
I think so. It's just Mac's doing a great job about seeing the field, and when 8 guys catch the ball, that means that Coach Shanahan has trust and belief into 8 guys and multiple guys on our offense, which is good. It's better when we spread the ball around and not just force feeding 1 or 2 guys. Christian's going to get his, whatever, his reps or, his touches. But when you can give the ball to other guys and they're continually making plays and guys are selfless about it, no one's complaining I only got 2 targets a day. But hey, if you catch those 2 targets, you're moving on. That's a great way to have a healthy offense and a way to, score. What do we have today? 34? Love it. Love 34 points.
George, Mac has talked about how he feels like he can be himself more than he has been in other places. What kind of you seen from OTAs today in terms of just how he's grown confidence-wise?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure he's had the confidence. I think he's just, I think he's just opened up to the boys, because we're a very supportive team. We're a very inclusive team. We like to do things together. We like to hang out. Mac is an honorary tight end. He just has that juice to him. He has that energy, that kind of free-flowing love. So Mac fits in perfectly with our locker room. And then all he's done is, what's his record as a starter? 5-2, right? Yeah, 5-2. Yeah, pretty good. So as long as I just want Mac to keep being Mac, and he's helping our team out tremendously. And if he feels like he gets to be himself more with us, that makes me extremely happy, because that's what my goal is. I don't want guys to feel like they have to fit a certain mold. Our mold is high energy, high effort, play as hard as you possibly can and hit people really hard. And if Mac can just be himself out there, that's fantastic for us, because when people are just allowed to be themselves, I think that's when they are at their best.
George, Kyle drew up a jet sweep to you. What were your feelings and thoughts when you were getting the ball? And do you remember the last jet sweep you had?
No, I don't remember the last jet sweep I had. It was probably 2021. Might have been, I don't remember the last one. It was a good look. They were actually in a weird front where they didn't even have a defensive end. And so Juice had to arc around a 5 technique, who kind of picked Trent, because Trent's supposed to get to the backer and he couldn't get there. So there were just a lot of people in my way, and it's going to crush my average. So I don't know if I'm going to get another one of those anytime soon, which is disappointing.
At 6-3, a little past the halfway point. What's your assessment of who you guys are as a team, and what you could be this year?
What could we be? I think we have a very good offense with the potential to be a great offense. We have guys that, we have a veteran offense. We have guys that have played a lot of snaps together, guys who have won a lot of games together, guys who have gone through, bad games together. And so I think as an offense, we're very connected. And our offense needs to score a lot of points week in and week out. That's just what it is, because we have a young defense with, our 2 best players are out. Injuries galore kind of on the defensive side. And luckily our offense has been able to continue to score points. And, when we're scoring points like today, I think we're going to have a lot of success. And then when we have 12 plays in the first half, like last week, it's going to be a really tough season. So I think there's don't want to say pressure. I just think there's a ton of opportunity in the offense to go out there and just score a bunch of points and have a bunch of guys involved with it. So, yeah, that and, Eddie P, what an absolute G. Love that guy. Gosh, he's fun. I love that guy.
What was like your first interaction with meeting Eddie? Like, were you
his locker is directly across from mine, like 10 feet away. So it was really fun to meet him. Great energy. Actually, I think his first day we got to sit down and have lunch together, and instantly got a great vibe off of him. And I love his energy. He's fantastic. Just hype man. Good vibes all the way. And he loves football too, which is pretty fun, which I really enjoy.
There was a point right towards the end.
Why do you get VIP access side stage?
There was a point towards the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
Music's blaring.
Yep.
Pointing to the crowd in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
How fun was that feeling for you right there?
I was pumped. I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters is a great movie. I actually got made fun of by multiple people for wanting to watch it. I was like, look, it's like the #1 streamed movie globally after like 2 days. So I got to watch it. Turns out, great movie, good plot, good storyline, character development, great music. And so they played like the #1 hit from that, was it Golden? And, got a great energy. The crowd responded well. I was like, oh, let's just have a nice little dance party, get the juices flowing, The Niners faithful represented it very well. So I was pretty pumped about that.
The Niners faction out there.
Oh, they were so good. They always are. Our road fans are just so good because a lot of the road fans, this is their only opportunity to see us. And so, they just go balls to the wall, I'll say, when they're cheering out there. And it's just so fun to see them. They're just so excited to watch us play. And you can just feel that energy really throughout the entire game as long as we give them something to cheer about.
Couple more. Anything?
Last time you guys were here, there was a lot said about the turf, given the injuries, the knees especially. What was it like out there today?
This is actually this was the last game I've ever not played in. So it was my first experience on the turf, really. I'll say I think it's significantly better than it was in 2020 because it's all packed down and people have been playing on it. My only issue with it is when someone's field is the butt of a joke throughout all of social media constantly, on every NFL meme page, all that stuff. Everybody jokes about how bad it is. I feel like at that point, someone should just take a look at it and, let's not make it no NFL field should be the butt of a joke ever. I feel like all fields should have a level of safety to it. I just don't get why there's not a standard for, hey, you got to pick between 1 or 2 turfs. There shouldn't be 12 different turfs and 12 different grass fields and then a couple guys have the same things. I just think that's weird because most other sports, it's not like basketball players play on different hardwood. That's all the same. Soccer players in Europe all play on really nice grass. So that's just weird to me. But that's really way above my pay grade. I don't make the money to make those decisions, but I'd love to. You guys ever eat at Bellato's in New York? I'm just wearing the shirt right now. That's what my shirt says. It's a fantastic Italian restaurant. They actually delivered food to me and Juice last night, just absolute stallions. Little chicken parm, so they kind of fueled the run game. I will say that. McCaffrey was very jealous he didn't get any. But he gets touches. So what?
It's above our pay grade.
That it is. Well, you could go there. It's not that expensive.
What's the name of it?
Bellato's?
Bellato's.
Yeah. Established 1956, says it right on my shirt.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, Chef Anthony. You can see Mario at the door too. Great guy. Great guy.
Anything else, George?
Anything else? Have you guys seen the movie Primitive War? Did you guys see anything about this? It's a Vietnam War movie with dinosaurs in it. Absolutely outrageous. Jeremy Piven for Ari Gold from Entourage is the main guy, and it is these soldiers get dropped in because Green Berets go missing, and it's some Russian scientist has accidentally created dinosaurs again, and it's it's thousands of dinosaurs just wreaking havoc, eating people, and it is so outrageously awesome. I mean, there's the ending scene is 10 guys. It's a documentary, but there's at one scene at the very end, there's a helicopter scene. They're all standing in front of the helicopter. They all are just shooting large light machine guns, and there's 1,000 dinosaurs rushing at them, and it's just absolutely great cinema. I highly suggest it for the flight home. It inspired me for this game. I had a great time.
Inspired by a dinosaur.
I know. That's why. You didn't know about that? It's crazy conspiracy theories out here, man. Goodness gracious. All right, see you guys.
Jake, it seemed like things on the offense were really flowing today. What can you say about the run game, getting that going? It's really exciting, especially because we had, in the beginning of the season, a little trouble getting it going. So anytime, you can get 40 runs and, impose your will, it's awesome. It's great to see,
And Mac Jones, just looking like he can't get up at some point, and then he's up there celebrating with a yell when you get a touchdown.
Yeah, he's tough as nails. Like, every time he goes down, I hold my breath a little bit, but he pops right back up, and can't say enough about Mac, so.
I know there's a lot of talk about the turf. Did you guys keep that kind of on the back burner and just say, hey, we got to go play a game?
Yeah, we don't really pay that much mind. The turf was fine, and came out relatively clean, I think. So, no, we weren't really thinking about that.
All right, you had a couple additions on the defense. I'm sure you're watching them when you're on the sidelines.
Yeah.
What did you see from the defensive performance today?
They just seemed like, the first drive, they ended up going down and scoring, but after that they were, locked down all games. They were getting to the quarterback pretty well, and, Samo with a big sack, he's been doing all the right stuff, so.
It seems like after that first drive there was a little bit more emphasis on hitting a little harder.
Yeah, I think it's just getting into the flow of the game, and they really settled in and got comfortable, and, they were doing a great job out there.
All right, Kyle told us that you get your first victory Monday of this season. How does that feel?
That's awesome. I was unexpected, but it's awesome. So.
Thanks so much, Jake.
Yeah, thank you.
Colton, how did it feel to get that run game going today?
Felt great. I think that's that's what this place is born on is the run game, and when you can do it 40 times again, it's a good feeling for an offensive line. You take their pass rushers out of the game, and you really control the game as well with time possession.
All right, Spencer Burford's been out for a little while, but he got in there quickly and was doing his job.
Yeah, he's just been looking for an opportunity, sitting for a while for the season, and coming off his injury, you never know how it's going to be, but we've talked a few times, and he's just been waiting for an opportunity to show what he can do, and obviously he's athletically gifted, but when he finally got to go out, he played really well. Obviously, he gels well with the line just because he's been here with us for 4 years. So for him to go out there and play well, it's super happy for him.
All right, and there's some times where I think Mac Jones gives the crowd a little bit of a scare where you're not sure whether he's going to get up. Do you guys also get a little bit scared?
At first we did, and then it's like if he dives on a run or just when he lays there for a second, you're like, is it real or is it just what he does? But no, he's obviously he's balling, playing well. You never know if it is bad, but he gets up and he's tough as nails. So love him.
All right, and you've had a different center there, Matt Hennessy. What can you say about what he's done just coming in for Jake Brendel?
Yeah, he's filled in. That's all you can ask when guys get a chance. They get to show what they can do, and this offense is not an easy thing to ID for a center. So with all our cadences, the different motions we do to be able to go in and not really miss a beat, that's huge nod for Matt. And then obviously he makes his offense run with his IDs. So for him to come in and play well 2 weeks in a row, that's huge for us. And then knowing when Jake comes back, we've got a guy behind him who can ID and play well too.
Do you feel like this was your most complimentary game this season?
Yeah, I think as we're building, obviously last week's not what we wanted. The week before that versus Atlanta, we played really well, complimentary football, got a lot of runs in. Defense did great, special teams same thing, and then now it's about consistency. We did it again this week. Are we going to be able to do it next week versus a divisional opponent? And they're going to be geared up. We stole one down there in Levi South, so it's going to be a big one for us too.
All right, your first victory Monday of this season. How does that feel?
It feels like the first victory Monday in about 3 years, so it's good. We're excited. Obviously, we're going to go over the film probably tomorrow as a group and watch it, learn from it, and then use that extra rest to come in Wednesday ready to go.
Thanks, Colton.
Thank you.
Trent, how does it feel to finally get that run game? Well, you had it going in Atlanta, but to get it going again.
Oh, it always feels great. It's the identity of our team. We know that once the game going the way we wanted to go, it's because we're running the ball and we're possessing the ball and then converting on third downs.
Spencer Burford next to you. Was it nice to get him back next to your side?
Oh, yeah. It was you can't buy experience, right? And, the experience he has and, his ability to be able to step up fresh off IR, come in and contribute like he did. It's the reason why he is who he is.
To have not practiced and to go out there this week and then play the way he did, what can you say about that?
It just, hats off to him. He did the preparation. Like you said, he been in the tub for the last 4 weeks, so he hadn't had a lot of work. But, for him to come in, short notice, get moved to left guard, Been working tackle the whole year, so him to get moved left guard, short notice, fresh hour, and then come out here and play the way he did. So proud of him.
After Brian Robinson got that touchdown, it seemed like you went over there and gave him a little bit more of a celebration.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit why.
Just because, he had already said, like, man, I know I'm not going to get a lot of carries, but, today I feel like I'm going to make the most of what I do when I do touch the ball. So just to see him actually make the most of every time he touched the ball, it was just, it's one thing when a guy says he's going to do something. It's another thing when he does it. So.
I mean, and he's a guy who hasn't gotten a ton of snaps, so to make the most of it, it was really good.
Yeah, no, like you said, Christian don't leave a lot of crumbs on the table, so he understands his role, and him just always being ready to go, come in running with an attitude, just never give the defense a chance to relax.
I don't know if Jen already asked you, but what did you think about the George Kittle jet sweep?
They defended it pretty well.
Kyle said it wasn't a great play call.
Yeah, I'll let him say that.
What did you think about the way Matt played today? He didn't have an incompletion in the first half.
Yeah, I think when we give him time, he wills and deals the ball. He's a first-round talent for a reason. We're just really, really blessed to have him. When Brock, losing your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, and your number 2 comes in and you don't miss a beat, that's super, super lucky to have him.
What did you see from watching the defense while you're on the sidelines?
Defense played really well. That quarterback is, he's a walking play ready to happen. He just, he makes so many plays outside the pocket, inside the pocket. Obviously it wasn't the easiest to contain him, but I think they did a great job. I think they, made the looks a little hazy when they had to, and they got us the ball back in a timely fashion, and so I think the defense played extremely well.
All right, another kind of interesting play was Juice taking that direct snap. What happened there?
Oh yeah, I think they said it was a procedural. Everybody wasn't set for a full second, so Juice in a rush, like always.
I know you're close with Mike Kell. For him to go down, seems like another injury. What were your thoughts on watching him walk off?
Just praying for him, man, and just praying God touch him with a healing hand, and just praying we can get some news that's optimistic.
Take us through the tying touchdown in the first quarter after they went up 7-0. What it was like on that drive?
It was our first drive of the game, and I think everything we executed. We executed at a high level. We got yards in the run game. Mac was, spot on, like he was the whole first half. So, yeah, when you execute at a high level, I think this offense can be really good.
Mac Jones seems to, I think he scares the crowd a little bit when he goes down and you're not sure he's going to get up. Do you guys have that feeling as well?
Yes. Yes.
Not sure where
he's a warrior, though, man. He is he's a warrior. So you just don't find quarterbacks that are built that tough. He's super, super tough.
Do you pay attention to the trade deadline at all coming up on Tuesday and maybe getting another body in here?
I'm always hopeful that the front office continue to do what they've always done, is try to put us in the best position to be a championship football team. So, I know John and them work magic. If not, we got what we have in this locker room, and we think that's enough. But obviously, the front office is going to continue to do their job.
Spencer, you didn't have a whole lot of practice time to go in there and play like you did. How did you do it?
God, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to capitalize on every opportunity I was given, making sure that I was studying extra, you know what I'm saying? Doing what I need to do, getting in my playbook a lot more, just trying to focus on the smaller details, make a big difference.
To get the support from Trent Williams that you did, how did that help?
That's like my big bro. Like I always say, you know what I'm saying? All the time that we spend together, the little tweaks and the little things that we talk about, it plays dividends, it pays dividends.
To get the run going how you did today, how satisfying was that?
Anytime you come into somebody else's home turf and you run the ball the way that we did, it's going to be a great day, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad everybody was on one accord, the energy was out there, everybody was flowing, everything was good, and we just kept stacking on good drives, good plays.
To have this be your first game after coming off IR, how happy are you?
I'm ecstatic right now. I'm just jumping for joy inside, you know what I'm saying? I'm really just excited to have the opportunity to be back out there with my bros.
All right, and your first victory Monday in how long?
I don't even know. So, yeah. But we're going to take full advantage of it, of course. Go in, get the treatment that we need, of course. We're going to go over the game plan, make sure that we got everything out the way, and just take full advantage of it.
Great. Thanks, Spencer.
No problem.
How good did it feel to be back out there with the team?
Honestly, it was a good feeling, but at the same time, I was just trying to be as locked in as possible. Like, I don't take this for granted at all. I know how special it is to put this jersey on. Me personally, honestly, someone who was really, really close to me early on in my career, George Atkinson, passed away recently. So that was someone who football lost a legend. So I just had him in my mind the whole day. So I just wanted to, put my heart on my sleeve out there and just play hard.
I mean, take us through the sack. You didn't give up on the play and kept going.
Yeah, that's all. That's really all that it was. Coach Chris talked about it all week. He likes to scramble up through the B gaps, and I had gotten way too high up the field. But effort usually can make up for certain mistakes. So that's all that it was.
Coming around this year, a lot of injuries. The
Yeah.
defense looks different than when you were here last.
Yeah.
How impressed have you been with some of the young guys that you're watching for the first time?
It's new, but the biggest thing is when you have a young group and I'm someone that's new in there, the biggest thing is that they want to see it first. So for me, even in our night meetings before the game, I just try to reiterate, hey guys, I'm going to try to get to the ball every single play. So before you can really direct somebody, they need to see you go about the business first. So that's all I'm trying to do. It's still early, and we're just trying to get ready for next week.
You only had a few days with Kyle Williams, but
Yeah.
so when he went down, what was just the emotion?
Oh my gosh, man! Because he's just someone who's such a good dude, good spirit, and he loved football. And seeing anytime you see somebody like that, me being his teammate, and I just know how much he cared about the game. It was a quiet moment on the field, but he'll be good for sure.
It seemed like you bonded with him already.
Yeah, Michael he's somebody who's obviously just very attentive and likes to ask questions. That's something that is very rare in a young player, because a lot of times you just want to show the older guys that you kind of got it already. But he's someone who has, no hidden agenda. He's just a sponge. So that's kind of thing that kind of made me get drawn to him for sure.
After the first drive, they moved down the field down the field quite a bit.
Yeah.
What changed? Was there a chat on the side?
I think we just settled in. The biggest thing was guys coming back from last week. We felt like we had gotten that was the thing around the locker room. Felt like we had gotten punched in the mouth, and once we just got that game rep underneath us, I think we really wanted to lock in, because this game was important for us, for sure.